Magic. This is what it's like when Penn and the teller watch magic. That's why Teller was so amazed by the 3-cup trick in Egypt. The rest of the crowd looks like they're so confused on why it's impressive. Yeah. For a non-magician, it's what you expect. For a magician, it's the exact opposite. You expect the magician to have done something, but for them to have done it without doing it is mind-blowing. I'm still like lol what at both the video and your comment. My brain does not compute. I get it, but I also don't get it. I think it's like this. In the original trick, the magician shows you 3 cups with a ball under each. Each time he lifts the cups on the outside, first and third cups, he takes the ball out and inserts it into the middle cup, hence he took one more look under the second cup, aka the middle cup. The big reveal is that there are now 3 balls under the middle cup and nothing under the outside cups. It's a simple, smooth sleight of hand that is impressive to regular people, or suckers as he calls us because we don't know any better. But Teller is a trained magician who knows how the original trick works. The reason why this impresses him is because his expectation as a trained magician was subverted. What makes it especially mind-blowing isn't that the magician didn't do anything, but it is that the magician did 2 things at once each time and Teller didn't notice that. He took a ball out of each cup and immediately replaced it with another ball. If you look closely at 0:34 seconds, you can see him use his pinky to take the ball out and then see another little movement in there immediately after. To a regular person like us watching from the outside, it's like WTF, you didn't do anything since each of the cups has a ball under it like they started. But to Teller, who knows and is aware that the magician is palming the balls, it is particularly impressive because he didn't notice the reinsertion of the balls. Everyone has a look on their face because it doesn't look like anything happened. Still, Teller is so excited because 1, not only was his expectation incorrect, but 2, the magician rotated the placement of the balls so smoothly that he didn't notice it. A perfect breakdown. Thanks for typing all that out. The task failed successfully. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't think that saying applies here. Is the task successful sneakily? He failed in that the regular Joe would guess correctly that there was a ball under each cup. Teller was being polite and did this, so Teller guessed successfully that there was a ball under each cup. Whereas a magician would guess there were 3 balls under the middle cup. So you could say that they both failed successfully. Teller wanted to fail but was successful. The magician wanted to fool Teller but still impressed him. Magic Man knows and respects Teller's experience and knowledge as a magician, so he sets up a trick to take advantage of that. Normally with the trick, a magician uses skillful sleight of hand to steal the balls and reposition them without the viewer realizing. The seller knows all of the tricks and understands everything. So Magic Man plays out the trick to act like he was doing the normal routine of repositioning the balls when in reality he didn't move them at all. At every cup, he makes his normal sleight of hand moves. Skillful enough to elude to viewers, obvious enough for Teller to catch on to it. But what he does so skillfully that Teller doesn't catch on to is that with every move he makes to pick the ball up, he then puts it back. Teller watches the trick with the expectation that it's a standard sleight of hand and expects the balls to change places, so he watches for those moves and thus misses on the other parts. So Magic Man was successfully able to use Teller's knowledge and keen eye against him to surprise him with a trick that would only work on a fellow magician. Lol, I joke, but I honestly can't recall when I've ever heard him speak before. Unless he's being interviewed, he usually doesn't. Gotta respect the guy, he loves sticking to the kayfabe. This isn't surprising for a guy who legally changed his name to a mononym. Am I dumb for just now realizing that his name might be ironic? Teller equals someone who tells. His name is Raymond Teller. It was Raymond Teller. Now it's just Teller. Unless he's being interviewed, he usually doesn't. He probably talks in shops and restaurants and stuff, and to his family, etc. Famously, he never talks to any member of his family. He probably gets Penn to come over and explain things when he needs to communicate. We took a picture with him after going to see them live and he talked to us. He said to switch it to selfie mode. I'll never forget. Meanwhile, Gillette played and perhaps sang in some bands, notably with Mark Kramer, and helped the band Half Japanese and other artists release some albums, by operating the label 50 skillion watts. And also directed music videos. Gillette served as host and presenter of the first touring performance by the avant-garde band The Residents in 1983. Odo Teller was in films.
Consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video and if you want to see more of Reddit Universe.